I am Vinnie Tortorich. Folks, your good intentions have been stolen. But don't worry, I'm here to help you get them back. You may be soft and succulent at the beginning of this process, but hang in there. Before long, you will be lean and mean, guaranteed. What's the frequency, Kenneth?
The best.
Anna, I know that's from your era.
Yeah.
But do you know what it means?
Although I would venture to say everyone in REM is your age, not my age.
Yeah. You know, when I first got to LA, they were popular. But do you know where it comes from?
What's the frequency, Kenneth? That was a whole thing.
Yeah.
I've researched it before and now I forgot.
There was a guy named Dan Rather.
Dan Rather, that's right. And then there was a crazy guy.
Yeah, there was a crazy guy who kept, back, I want to say it was like the early 80s. It was never figured out. Like this guy would just literally, I don't know, now they call it punking. What do they call it now? Trolling.
Yeah.
The guy was trolling Dan Rather. Dan Rather was.
Yeah. Dan Rather was being trolled.
He was like on CBS.
He was a CBS. He was the heir apparent to Walter Cronkite.
Yeah. That's back when, people actually listened to news and they lived their life by the news. Now you hear news and it's like, that's bullshit. It's not my truth. I'm going to find some other truth.
Yeah.
My truth is better. But this is back when news people just call, like kind of like an umpire. You call them like you see them, right?
Right.
And this guy was trolling Dan Rather, and he would just call and he would go, "What's the frequency, Kenneth?" And that was it. Yeah, and I think the guy wanted to kill Dan Rather or something.
Yeah, no, he was like certifiable.
Yeah. They found the guy, but that's where it came from.
Is it? I'm just checking my settings. Are we?
Tap your mic. Tap that ass. Yeah, you're coming through a mic.
Okay.
Yeah, you sound good on my end.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Maybe you don't have your levels right in your headset.
I don't like it. Why are you so loud and I'm so quiet? I want to be the loud one in my own ears.
Oh, I know. Someone loves herself a lot.
Oh, gosh.
And listen, I like to mess around, but we got
Vinnie, if I loved myself, would I be here podcasting with you? If I loved myself, would I start a food company and fight against the big boys? If I loved myself, would I be in the entertainment industry? If I loved myself, would I need to stand on stage and tell jokes?
No.
To get approval?
Right.
Okay.
Anna, all I can tell you is stay away from cliffs, bridges, and guns.
I am. I know.
Like you're 1 inch away from.
I'm fine. Everything's great.
Anna, we got a lot to talk about today. I'm going to explain. We had a really good. Someone asked a question about zone 2 and rowing and sweating and the whole thing.
We're going to hear it.
I think the guy's name was David, and I said, you know what? This is what I can't answer this on Twitter. And I thought about doing a quick video and putting it on Twitter. I said, you know what, David?
You could do that.
Check out Monday. Monday, we're going to talk about it. And that's all you got to do is wait until Monday.
Right.
But the only other thing David needs to know is Anna Vocino still has BOGO 25 going on.
That is true. You're telling the truth.
Is this on the sauces? No, it's not. It's on the spices. And we made our taco bowls the other night. We used the crap out of. We made almost 2 pounds of ground taco beef.
Oh my God.
And all you got to do is put Anna's taco seasoning on it. Now, I'm a little nutty. After it's cooked, I add a little more salt to mine. Serena doesn't.
It's so funny that you do that. Because the feedback I get all the time is that there's too much salt in it. Just because people look at because I put enough salt in so that you don't need to add anymore.
Oh, for the normal
fact that you add more.
Yeah, for the normal person, it's more than enough salt. Serena loves it. It's the best taco seasoning, and you could get that with the BOGO 25 right now. Yeah. Now, I have no idea what BOGO 25 means, but I see it all over.
Explain it?
People go, "Oh, get the BOGO 25 right now."
I'm copying Villa Capelli. So what it is if you buy a twin pack of any of the spice varieties, you can get a second twin pack for 25% off. But the good thing is that I figured out finally how to enter the discount code for you. So as long as you have an even number of twin packs in your shopping cart, it'll automatically take the 25% discount off of your second twin pack on each instant. So you could buy, and I think you should, 100 twin packs.
Yeah, 100.
And 50 of them will be 25% off.
Which, if you do the math, carry the one, do my gazintas times 3, you would save like right at $1 million.
If you buy $4 million worth of spice, you will save $1 million.
Yeah. So you want to save $1 million? Go buy $4 million on the BOGO deal.
That's right.
And you will save exactly $1 million.
That's right. And you don't even have to do anything. It'll take it at checkout.
Yeah. Boom. So there you go. BOGO 25 over at Eat Happy Kitchen.
Do you want to do the row erg question first? And then we'll talk about carbonaut and resistance leggings.
Yeah, we might not even get to the leggings, but let's see how far we get, because
we have to get to the leggings because I promised my friend Diane I would ask you on this show.
We'll do that right after we do the rowing thing.
Okay, so I'm going to Twitter because you added me. You said you added me to this question.
Yeah, but before
here we go.
All right, while you're looking for it, I just want people to know, if you want to hear a really interesting podcast, go back 3 days from right now. This is coming out this Monday, right, Anna? We're not 2 weeks ahead, are we?
This is coming out this Monday.
Yeah.
Monday, April 1st, is it?
Yeah.
Something like that.
April Fools.
Oh, Lord.
I got to pull an April Fools on you before
I got to pay my mortgage. April Fools. I'm not paying it this month.
No mortgage for you, mortgage company.
Suckers.
So go back to Friday. I had a very enlightening interview with a woman named Sharon Bergquist, Dr. Sharon Bergquist. She's an MD. And, I'll tell you, well, inside, but other people know this inside. I almost didn't accept this request.
Why?
Because she came from the same group, the same publicist that sent me Michael Greger to do a show.
Who bailed on you, who pussied out last minute. That's my words, not yours.
Yeah, like literally confirmed with us 3 or 4 hours ahead of time. And then last minute goes, yeah, no, I'm not doing it. Right. And we did a whole show on that. Right. I had Chris ready to rock and roll, Anna ready to rock and roll. And so when I saw it from the same publicist, I was like, okay, let me look this woman up. Oh, she's also a proponent of the vegan diet. And I was like, I wonder if she's going to show up or if they're going to pull this again. Not only did she show up, she's been one of my favorite guests in a long time.
That's awesome.
Right?
I love to hear it.
Can we all get along here? Can we all get along? I think we can. Because we didn't talk about veganism. We talked about her book that, Anna, I think you would love.
Okay.
She talks about why we need stress to get stronger.
Ooh, I love that concept.
No, we're not talking about, you're stressed out in life and the whole thing. There's 3, she talked about 3, distress is the harmful kind if you're in distress all the time. And the one stress was, EU stress, and the other one was SU stress. I read the book. So you would have to go read the book.
You stress. I remember that from, I remember that from high school biology.
Yeah. So very interesting. And, I started the podcast by talking about, look, we just got these astronauts back from space. And someone was standing next to me in the gym and saying, oh, look at that. Look at them carrying on. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh, they got to lay them down in the stretcher and roll them away. And I said, are you crazy?
That's what they have to do, though.
These people have been in a zero gravity atmosphere for almost a year. Their bone structure is weak. Their muscles are weak. Their tendons are weak. If you put them back on Earth and now they're weighted down, they could take a step and literally, pull a hip, screw up your knees, do whatever. You got to take these people along slowly.
Yeah.
You can't just say, hey, you get it. It's not like being on a plane for 5. Think about being on a plane for 5 hours. You get out and you're like, oh my God, I feel like an old man. You got to stretch out of it. Think of zero gravity for almost a year.
No, I can't. That sounds so stressful. I can't barely sit still on this podcast. You talking about that stress me out and it makes me want to stretch.
Yeah, look at Anna standing up and stretching.
You're stressing me out.
So get your leg up.
Go and do this.
Get your leg up. I like when
I'm doing a lunge.
Oh yeah, good.
So what do you want me to do?
Yeah, so
the leg.
What the fuck are you doing over there, Anna?
Stretching.
Hey, oh, look at that. I'm looking at some leg there. There we go.
Yes.
So look at that. Yeah, Anna's got legs. Yeah. So yeah, we got into different kind of stress that you need every day. And folks, I think you would really enjoy that podcast.
Definitely listen to that.
Also,
you want to hear something?
Hang on. This Friday coming up, we have a call-in show that we've done.
Oh, that's fun.
And then next week, I've already recorded this. The guy, I got an expert on who owns a raw milk farm, one of the biggest in the country.
Okay, I really want to hear about that.
And he supplies raw milk to Sprouts out in California and a couple of other stores. He's the biggest guy out there. And I got questions because people ask me about the raw milk, the raw dairy overall,
right?
The kefir, the yogurt,
and you kind of tend to avoid it because we're like, so we need to have an expert on.
Yeah, I don't like to, and I've had other doctors come on. Oh, raw milk is the way to go. But are we talking about listeria here? I don't want to get people hurt.
Right.
Very interesting conversation. And I'll tell you this. I'm now ordering raw milk in my local community here to try it.
Okay.
And by the way, you have to order with, I've already looked into it. It's in Middleburg, right? And it gets delivered near me and then you go pick it up. It's illegal here.
Yeah.
But the way they make it legal is you buy into a cow. So they make you pay a nominal fee, like $20-$30. Now you own a piece of a cow. We don't drink milk, but Serena puts a splash in her tea. And she does tea every day.
Golden tea.
So the British puts a splash. So it literally takes Serena, like 2 weeks to go through a quart of milk, not even a half gallon.
Yeah.
But we're going to try, you got to buy the half gallon in order to get the kefir and the heavy cream. You can't just get kefir and heavy cream. You got to at least get a half gallon. So we're going to try it. I'm willing to try it now that I have an understanding that I'm not just going to grab something from some random farm and die of listeria.
That sounds like a definite case of needing to know who your supplier is.
Right. And we talked all about that, just, how it works and why these farms are great and why it was not good in the 1800s to do this and why it's okay to do now. And I finally have an understanding of it.
Cool. That's great.
And I'm finally ready to try it to see what goes on.
Can I, real quick,
I'm
going to give a quick summary of going to Alabama.
All right.
I did not attend the rattlesnake rodeo, unfortunately.
Good. I was worried about that because, I have a thing.
You didn't like that idea, did you?
I was a little worried. Because, look, they could get away. The rattlesnakes can get away. And then they're out there biting people.
I think they'll be out there. I think they'll be biting their handlers before they'll bite us.
They'll bite somebody.
They'll bite somebody, that's for sure. Those snakes are pissed.
Yeah.
I did not go. That bummed me out. And
Yeah.
I was also trying to explain to Lucy every time we go, I'm like, you need to understand the concept of Auburn versus Alabama. Like she kind of gets it with the UCLA versus USC and just how diehard people are. And there was a portrait. Listen, it was really hard to find meat without any sugar in it on this entire trip.
Right.
I really struggled. And burgers usually are a good thing. You can get it without the bun. We wound up going to Texas Roadhouse the first night. So there's only really chain restaurants in Montgomery. And then there's like a few little one-offs. We wound up going to Texas Roadhouse the first night. And there were no fewer than potatoes prepared 4 different ways throughout this meal. And, but I got a big ribeye steak and I was fine. But there was a portrait of like an alligator in a pickup truck with an Auburn tiger, and it was a giant like wall mural. And Lucy kept trying to get a picture of it because she loves pictures of tigers. And she could not get there. There were always people in front of it. And then finally she went to go take a picture, and she's like, do you mind if I take a picture of this? And a lady was like, you're going to take a picture of a tiger? You must be an Auburn fan. Like, and it got like really like they get crazy. And she's like, no, actually, I'm from New York. Like, I don't care. So that's always very interesting when you're in Alabama, because I forget how major it is for football. Now, my dad was a professor at Auburn for almost 50 years. So you can guess. And my brother went there. So anyway.
It gets janky really fast. I mean,
it can get real dicey. People are like, ha ha ha. But if you hear Roll Tide, you need to just give some space and let things settle. You know what I mean? Just let it.
Right. So Anna, I've been in restaurants. I've been in restaurants in Alabama, like fine eateries, like a steakhouse.
Yeah.
Sitting there, and somebody will walk in and yell out. They don't say Tide. They say Todd, T-O-D-D.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. And then everybody in the restaurant in unison will
yell Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Right.
So you must have been in northern Alabama, because I don't know that Alabama fans are that brazen to be in Montgomery or anywhere close to Auburn.
Well, and they won't mention who they are. It's kind of like if you mention, you know how their coach is now doing Aflac commercials and everything else.
Yeah.
Okay. LSU fans are still pissed at that guy because he left LSU. Right. He went to Alabama.
Yeah.
If you even mention that guy's name around Baton Rouge, you could be in a heap of trouble. I've never seen.
Just don't do it. Just keep your mouth shut, keep your head down.
And you would sit there and go, how crazy is that? We're seeing people keying up folks that own
it
cars
is
right now.
Doing the cars about the Teslas. I know.
Yeah, Teslas. Thank you. It's like keying up Teslas. It's like, you're not hurting. I know you don't like Elon, but you're not hurting him, right?
Right.
Why are you going to get in a fight in a restaurant? Because
but it was just very funny to watch. But it was a struggle to find meat without sugar. Now, my dad and stepmother are in their 80s now.
Right.
Okay. And my stepmother, bless her, has had just crazy autoimmune things. She's had breast cancer twice. She's had 3 hip replacements. Do the math. She's had.
Most people only have the 2 hips, folks. Not Anna's.
No, Caroline had to have a one of them replaced again. So she has stenosis of the spine, a whole thing, skull, like the whole thing. And I've said to her, because she's had rheumatoid arthritis and she was little, she has false knuckles in her hands since she was younger, and she has these crazy little gnarled hands, right? But she'll needle point anything. Like, it's crazy how she's like, blah, 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 and they'll do the thing. You're like, what? How do you do that with those little gnarled hands? But she does it anyway. And I've suggested to her, I was like, would you ever want to get tested for celiac or any sort of autoimmune, since you have lupus and rheumatoid arthritis? Like, do you think maybe? And she goes, I don't want to know.
Oh, a lot of people are like that.
And I was like, fair enough. That's your choice. Because I was like, I would bet with your Scotch-Irish background and all the autoimmunes, you might have a gluten intolerance at least, but she doesn't want to know. That's fine.
Yeah, a lot of people are like that. A lot of people found out they had cancer because they got in a car accident and then they ended up in the hospital. It was like, okay, you're going to live.
We found a tumor.
But we found this or that.
Yeah. So, and I get it. And I'm just, I've learned that from you, is to stay out of other people's business.
Mm-hmm.
And respect their choices. So I have done that and I've shut up. But what she did say, which I loved, because she has to walk with a cane. She can't get around for very long. She gets pretty tired. And that's totally understandable. People are going to lose mobility as they get older. My dad is all over the place. Spry. He'll be 85 this year. He still works 60 hours a week. He'll never stop working. He'll just drop dead at work, I guess. That's his exit plan.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. It's great. So, but my stepmother said, I went up the stairs for 2 days in a row. She hadn't been up the stairs. She went up the stairs in their house 2 days in a row. And of course, my dad goes behind her to make sure she doesn't fall. She's a slight, like, wisp of a human. Like, she's tiny. And he goes behind her to make sure if he needs to catch her, if her foot slips or something. But she goes, I went up the stairs 2 days in a row, once each day. And I swear I woke up feeling stronger. Yeah. And I said, Caroline, you are correct. I was like, this is what I always say. Grandma needs to be stressed. You need to do. So I told her that's her strength training workout, that I need her to go up and down those stairs at least once every day. And then the next time we talk, we'll figure out something else for her to do.
And nothing can be better for them. They have to move around.
Yeah.
My mom moves around. My dad moves around. Every single day they find a reason to get out of the house. Sometimes they hate when it gets really, really hot in the summer, because they'll walk outside. It'll buckle your knees down there. So
yeah, it's bad.
They try to go early in the morning before it gets super hot and everything else. But yeah, when you get older,
it's so crazy. And by the way, this is a woman who was an anatomy and physiology, cell biology and microbiology professor.
Wow.
For her entire career. She was the one talking about in the 80s. She was saying in the 80s, eat more protein, don't eat all that sugar.
Yeah.
She was saying, you know what I mean? She was saying that, and you have to have protein. That's the only way to lose weight. She was saying that. And it's so funny to me that I'm just like, you were ahead of the curve in so many ways, and yet still like, hey, I walked up the stairs and I feel better. I'm like, yes, good. That's good.
Smartest people in the world do the dumbest things. Right.
Yeah. But anyway, so my visit to Atlanta and Alabama was it was a wonderful visit, and also hard. My heart goes out to folks who are traveling a lot. I travel a lot, but I spend most of my time in grocery stores. So it's easy for me to find low carb things at the grocery store. It's not easy. I did go to Whole Foods in Atlanta before I picked up Lucy from the airport, and I got hard-boiled eggs, meats. We got a plain cold brew coffee, plain heavy cream. And so we were fixed on that stuff. Like we were good for all the mornings, because it was, other than that, it was just muffins. You want a muffin? That's what they eat for breakfast. Muffins.
And I just went out. I did the opposite of you. I just went out and bought a case of assorted wines, because tomorrow I have 5 Cajuns for the weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking a case of wine is a starter. It's just a starter kit for these people.
Oh boy.
Also,
wait, are your dad and mom coming for a visit?
No. My 2 of my brothers, one of my sister-in-laws, and their friends. Two of their friends. So the Bayou is coming to Virginia.
Woo!
And so some of them are flying in, some of them are driving right now. They're coming by plane, by car.
I almost sent you a picture. My dad had the largest plate of fried catfish you have ever seen in your entire life. Yeah. And he said, there's so much catfish, I can barely eat the fries.
I can barely eat.
You
know my deal.
You're doing good. You're doing good, Dad.
The fries, and no matter what, they bring the big pile of catfish and the fries.
They do.
I never touch them.
I might not even get to those fries.
I never get to all the catfish. There's no way of doing it, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
that was my trip to Alabama. Good luck. Good luck, everybody. Good luck finding chicken salad without sugar.
Good luck finding anything without. You cannot get tea there without sugar. Anna, can you read the tweet so that we can let everyone else in on it?
Okay. David asks, Vinnie, have you ever explained the details of your row erg sessions? I am trying to stay in zone 2, but cannot go over 18 SPM for any period. If I increase the watts, HR increases as well. Literally no sweating until I cross into Z3. 52, male, 200 pounds, 6'2".
Okay. So what he means by SPM is strokes per minute, right?
Okay, thank you.
All right. So whenever I'm rowing, like if I know I'm going to be doing an hour on the rower and I want to stay in zone 2, I'm just telling you this, David. My strokes per minute stay between 17 and 20. And my speed And the speed is different for everyone else. Like, so the speed is calculated on every 500 meters. I'm usually averaging around, for me, okay, and I'm not you, and everyone's a little different. I'm usually averaging, if I'm between 17, 18 strokes per minute, I'm pulling somewhere between 207 and 210, right? Now, remember those numbers, 207 to 210, because that, because, and at the beginning, so I don't count the first 10 minutes because that your body's coming up to speed and I go really slow and I'm not really pulling hard. As a matter of fact, my average at that point is usually 215 or 218 for every 500. So it's much higher, right? So I'm not going very hard. I'm warming up. But after I get that 10, 12 minutes in me, I start pulling harder. Notice I'm not pulling faster. My strokes don't change, but I'm putting a little more elbow grease into my legs, right? I'm pulling hard because when you think about the way a rowing machine works, you're basically doing deadlifts over and over and over again. Your arms are straight, your knees are bent, you move your knees back first. Once your knees are all the way back, you move your body that's in a 11 o'clock position to a 1 o'clock position. And the last thing you do is bring your arms in, right? That's the way a row works. And then to do the recovery, you do everything in reverse. You let your arms out, then you let your back move back to the 11 o'clock position, and then you let your body move forward, bend your knees again, get back and get ready to go again. Okay. The drag. And if you're on a concept 2, every concept 2, you can figure out what the drag is. So it's that little lever along the side. Anna, do you have a concept 2?
Not the rower. I have the bike.
Okay, but you also have the damper on the side, right? The little thing from 1 to 10.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So on the rowing machine, if you are a woman rower, not a casual rower, you want to be somewhere between 120 and 125 drag because that's about the drag that you're going to have on the water. Men tend to be heavier. So men, when you're on the rowing machine, you want the drag to be somewhere around 130, or some people say even 135. So what does that mean as far as the little damper on the side? It all depends on the rowing machine. Yes, they're all made very precision, and when they're all brand new, they operate about the same. But as you can imagine, because there's a fan in there, it's a turbine, over the years, it collects dust. And if you don't go in there and wash and brush you would have to pull off the guard and clean the dust off. If you do that, as the dust builds up, the drag changes, right? But there's a way to tell. You can look in your PM5 or PM4, whichever little thing, and look at what the drag is, and then adjust the drag on the machine, right? But just to let you know, somewhere around 3 or 3.5 is going to put you somewhere around 130, somewhere between 4, 4.5, or 5, or 120, somewhere between 4, 4.5, or 5 will put you somewhere near 130, right? There's no reason to make it any harder than that. I get it when people like Sean Baker are trying to get these like 100 or 50 meter sprints or whatever they do. They'll put that drag on 10 because they need something to pull against because they're putting power into that thing like you wouldn't believe. As a matter of fact, they have to put weights on the front of it to hold the damn machine down. I don't know how they don't break the machines when they do it, but they don't. Okay, all of that to say, that's where you want your drag to be. By the way, when I'm warming up for that first 10 or 12 minutes, I have the drag, I have the damper all the way down around 1 or 2, and then I kick it up and then start going for it after that, right? So I warm up with the drag being very light. Give your body a break. Here's the deal. As you get stronger, right? So as you get stronger, so let's say right now, David, you're looking at your heart rate on that machine, and how old did he say he was, Anna? Did he
52.
Give an age? Okay, so his zone 2 is going to be no higher than 135 because 50 minus 180, it puts you right around 130, and then he's in shape. He's not a couch potato. We could give him 5 points. So that's 135. So that's about 75% of you're in the middle of your zone 2. So somewhere around 137, he's still in zone 2. Okay. But that's probably the highest. If you hit 140, David, you're pulling out of zone 2. So let's say you're keeping yourself between 130 and 135 on the heart rate. Look at the numbers on the machine. Keep your drag consistent every time. So if you have your drag at 130 after you're warmed up, keep your drag consistent. And then look at, as a matter of fact, after you do your warm up, start the PM5 over again. Start the machine over again so you can see what your numbers are. So let's say you're averaging 130 on the heart rate. Okay. You're pulling 18, somewhere between 18 and 20 on the stroke rate. Let's say your 500 meter average is, I'm going to make up a number, 2 minutes and 18 seconds with your heart rate being at 130. As you continue to do that machine with the same drag, the same stroke rate, the same heart rate, as you get stronger, you're going to notice you're not at 218 anymore. You'll be at 215, and then 214, and then 213. Over an 18 or 20 week period, you're going to notice that at the same drag, at the same stroke rate, if you keep doing it, your heart rate will remain the same, yet your heart is getting stronger, and you'll notice those times coming down to where you could get down all the way to 2 minutes. Right. Right now, I'm at 207, 208, 209. As I get into my rowing season more, and I'm doing more rowing and more aerobics, I'm going to be down to 2 minutes or 159, staying in zone 2. Right.
Wow.
You just have to keep doing it consistently. Now, David, you asked about sweating. Sweating has nothing to do with work. Sweating cools your body. That's it. All I care about is your heart rate. In other words, if I came downstairs to my gym and I didn't turn my fireplace on, I have a wood fireplace down here. I'm like Stallone getting ready in Rocky 3, where he's like, up rush in. I come in the morning, I start running a fireplace, I heat it up down here. When I'm working out, I start sweating because I like it nice and warm. I like getting a good sweat going. As a matter of fact, I put a pot with water on top of my fireplace. It heats up and it lets a little steam off into the room. It moistens the air so that my throat doesn't get dry. Okay. In the summertime, I don't have to do that. I can just open the windows, heat rushes in here, and I stay warm. Now, if on a cold winter's day, if I didn't like that fireplace and I opened those windows and let it become 35 or 40 degrees in here while I'm rowing, guess what? I'm doing the same amount of work. I'm still getting in shape, yet I'm not sweating at all. Why? Because my body's not heating enough, or I'm not sweating as much. When I'm done with the rowing machine or the spinner or the erg bike, the echo bike, there's water on the floor because I like it hot when I work out. If I were to not, right now it's still, in the 50s here, 40s. If I open the windows, open the door, and let this room get to the outside temperature, I could do the same workout and never sweat. You won't see one drop on the floor. Do not think sweat means that if you're not sweating, I'm not working. If you want to see sweat, just make it hotter in the room. There is no correlation between sweat and weight loss. Period.
I've always thought that was really interesting when you said that, because it makes total sense.
And people will say, well, I get out of the sauna and I weigh 5 pounds less. Yeah, you lost 5 pounds of water weight. You better go get some electrolytes and water and put it back on.
Right.
So hopefully I explained that well enough, David. And if not, if you're in a VIP group, you can ask me there, or you could come in to the next time I do a call-in show on Friday, let Chris know that you want to be on the next call-in show, and we could talk about this where you can ask me questions. So there are 3 ways you can get to me, David. You can sign up for a consult. It costs money. You can join the VIP. It costs a very small amount of money, but we're not even taking VIP right now. Or you could get it for free by doing the call-in show on Friday if you want to talk to me directly. 3 ways to get to me. 1, 2, and 3.
Just book a consult, David.
Or not. Look, not everybody. Those
David.
The consults are great, right?
Consults are amazing.
But they're not for everybody. People got kids in school, this, that, and the other thing. And that's money out of their pocket.
David,
but there's cheap ways to do it. I mean, I'm going to open up the VIP group at some point again.
You should. I think it's time.
It's been closed for a long time. I might open it just to let people go, look, I've been working on the workouts. At some point, I'm going to be done with that. I'm going to put them up. It's going to be free for the VIPs.
You said to me the other day, you're like, Anna, I have to go. I'm filming workouts. Yeah. And I said, go do it because we need those workouts.
Yeah. And by the way, it's taken me forever because I'm very fastidious about everything I'm saying. I don't want anything to be misconstrued. That's why it's taken me so long. I'm not just crapping this out, folks. It's like everything.
You're not doing the Vinnie point.
No. This is not me pointing.
It's not the point.
As Howie Mandel always said, if I lost my finger, I'd be out of work. But the whole idea is these workouts are very, very specific. If you do them to a T, you will get the results you're looking for. And I'm putting out 4 different routines. And I'm putting them all out at the same time so that I don't want to put out the 6-day routine and people go, oh, wait, I wish I had known that. I would have gotten the 2-day routine or the 4-day routine. I'm going to put them all out so that people can go shopping.
Right.
Oh, this will work for me.
Yeah.
Right. That will work. And as a matter of fact,
I can't wait.
I'm going to bundle them. So if you got other people in your family,
I'm buying all of them.
You get a big savings if you bundle them.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah. You'll get I
love a savings.
Yeah.
If you're going to save a lot, you need to spend a lot.
It's not a lot. Even if you spend.
I know, yours aren't even going to be overpriced.
Chris, who works for me, and Chris has gotten other experts to talk to me about this. What I want to sell it for, they're like, because I'm trying to put the price at 40 or 50 bucks for the whole thing.
Right.
One-time fee. You keep paying. You get the whole workout one time for like 40 or 50 bucks. Right.
Yeah.
They're telling me because they've seen, the galleys, when I'm working on, and they go look and see what other people are charging for that. And it's like, you realize you could get upwards of 250 bucks a workout for these things. And I said, listen,
that seems high though.
It seems very high to me. And I said, that sounds high. They go, well, you could do 125 per workout. Listen, let me tell you something. My commitment is to get the fitness middle class back.
Yeah.
And I can't get these people back if they can't afford the workouts.
Right.
I got to keep it cheap. And they were like, please at least make it 50. And I'm like, I don't know. Still sounds like a lot to me.
You're going to do all of them for 50 instead of 50 each?
All right. Here's what I'm thinking. There's going to be 4 workouts.
Okay. And what are they like? Upper body, lower body, or just like different sequences to work the whole body?
No, each one of them works the whole body per week, right? You get a whole week of do this on this day, do that on that. It's very well spelled out.
That's a lot.
Yes. And it's all video. And I got a guy to come down from New York to film it all. This is not Serena with the cell phone. I got a photographer. I'm working with an editor. I'm doing it the same way I do when I make a movie. The filming is the quality of the movies, right? I wonder if I should send you one so you can watch right now.
I want to see one.
I'm going to send you one right now. Let's see if this will come to you. So the whole idea, Anna, is you can buy, and this is kind of the pricing I want to use, right?
Okay.
I'm going to send you leg, David.
Are you texting it to me?
I think this is
emailing it.
I'm going to email it because I'm sending you a big file. Now, this is not complete. Okay. So I just, this is just, this might be one.
Okay.
Let me just see what this is. Yeah, this is one. All right. So how do I send this? Let me see if I can send this to Anna. And I want you to watch it in the background a little bit while we're doing
Okay.
this.
If you're doing email, it might ask you about mail drop and you should say yes.
All right, here we go.
Okay. I love it.
Okay. So the way I'm looking at this is if you buy one,
right,
it's going to be like $40.
okay,
If you buy two together, it'll be $80. But if you buy any of the 3 or 4, you get all 3 for like $80 or $90, right? So you're getting one version. So let's say if you don't know, maybe you want to do the 6-day routine. Your wife is like, I can do the 2-day routine. Well, if you just buy the 4-day routine also, because you might want to switch and miss and match, for like $80 or $90, I'm going to sell you all 3 routines. So you'll be getting a routine for free.
so
Does that make sense?
So why wouldn't I want to do all of them?
Well, you have to pick one, but I don't want people to have buyer's remorse going, oh, I got the 6. I wish I'd gotten the 4. And by the way, when you're buying it, anyone in your family can use it, right? You have it.
It's just because you own it. It's on the computer.
Yeah, you own it. And there's no fee after the first fee. So boom, here you go. You want all 3 of them? $90. Which, by the way, these are well done videos. Do you see it there, Anna? Did it come through?
Let me look.
I'm interested to see what you think.
Oh, okay. Can I watch it on the phone or do I need to watch it on the computer?
Could you pull it up on a computer while we're doing this, or are you going to lose this?
Yeah, let me see. I'm worried about losing it. So let me see if I can look at it.
Is it coming up?
It's so good.
Come on, Anna. You see how we fade in and fade out? We got the slow-mo going, the whole deal. My hands are not all the way to the end of the lat pull bar. If you're just a little wider than shoulder width, that's what we're talking about. If you notice now that I'm doing it with pull-ups, same exercise, I have my hands in just a bit closer just to show you the range. These are both considered wide grip. And of course, you can also do it with the
That's my machine, with the assisted machine.
Yeah. This is not a failure day. You're going to go to 85%, which means you're going to get right close to failure, but not quite there. First set.
I like that. The wipes.
Weight, yeah. 6 to 8 reps. Try to add just a. So what do you think of the quality of it?
It's amazing.
Right? Right. And so when these experts see it, they go, wait a minute, dude. This isn't some bro science guy. This is quality.
It's not the yoga lady who has the dog running in and out, which is cute, but
Right. This is not some bro science dude in the gym with an iPhone. Right. This is the
they let you film in your gym. Is that what they did?
That's the first thing. Coddington's been watching him along with me. He's one of I'm sending it to a few people.
Is Coddington an executive producer?
Hang on.
It's the billionaire Don Coddington's Friday 5 o'clock.
Yeah, we could call him that, but he's not getting paid.
It's all right. He just
I'm sending it to him and Chris and a few other people. And then when they send them out to these experts, they're like, no, this is like Rolls Royce quality work, right? People aren't doing this, right? I feel like I'm talking too much about it right now because I'm in it and it's taking me longer.
So exciting. I can't wait. Are you going to have any ones that are just body weight exercises or free weights?
Okay. So no, what we're going to get, you're going to get a 6-day routine. I'm putting out a 4-day routine, a 2-day routine, and a routine for your home. If all you have is a bench and a few dumbbells.
Great.
So in other words, you don't have a rack, you don't have barbells, all you have is a bench and some dumbbells. That's its own routine, right? Now, if these all do well and people are responding to them, I've already told the cameraman, I'm flying you back in from New York, and we're going to do a whole routine on body weight.
Great.
But my body weight is not going to be like David Teixeira.
Jerry Teixeira.
Yeah, Jerry Teixeira.
Yeah, Teixeira.
I'm going to say, look, folks, you need to at least get a pull-up bar in your house and get a TRX or similar, because their TRX is not that expensive. You could get the knockoff for like 50 or 60 bucks or even less on Amazon.
Okay.
All you need is one, but I don't care if you have the name brand or the other one. They both work exactly the same. If people respond to these, I'm going to do those, but they're going to be done right. These, I'm not, as you know, Anna, when I do fat,
you're definitely going to do them right.
Yeah. It ain't going to be half-assed. And that's why it's taken me so long to get these. I thought they would be out by April 1st. That's not going to happen, because I keep going back and forth with the editor. And, like last night at midnight, I found one or two little things where people are going to go on the leg workout. They're like, wait a minute. Did he want me to do this or that? And I got on my thing. I dropped another little VON, sent it off to the guy and said, you need to change this. These things are costing me a fortune. I don't think people understand. This guy is doing me a favor, Anna. A favor as an editor. He's charging me $100 an hour. And people go, oh, just to edit? That's not a whole lot. I've already paid this guy thousands of dollars to do this, right? Because I keep changing things over and over and over.
Because you want to do it right. You want it to look right.
And he even made mention of it. He's like, you can leave that in. You can save yourself a few bucks. It's like, no. We're going to do it right. People need to understand. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. I know it sounds like I'm trying to sell. No, because I have nothing to sell.
I mean, this is one of those, not yet, but you will. And I think that that's good and exciting, and you should be selling it. Why not? Why not? That's the whole point of doing it, is to give people a wonderful value.
Yeah, I'm excited for people to get this product. I hope I don't go broke in the process. The way I'm staying out of going broke is I have Villa Capelli olive oil as a sponsor.
Yes.
Villa Capelli. I couldn't listen. We count on two things on this podcast. The fact that you guys go to VinnieTortorich.com and click through the Amazon banner.
Mm-hmm.
Some people do the super fan. They send me a couple of bucks every month. I never see a dime of that money. It goes into the podcast.
That's
you
right.
got your Debbie, your Anna, you got your Leona. Leona ain't free.
No.
Mm-mm. And I have an assistant. I got all kinds of people, right, that run this operation. And Villa Capelli has been a sponsor of this podcast for all these years. That money goes to Leona. It goes to Debbie, right? It goes to Chris. It goes to everyone who works here. It goes to Anna. It goes to Anna more than anyone else. That Anna ain't cheap. She ain't cheap. Villa Capelli olive oil, folks. You want to pay Anna Vocino? Get Villa Capelli. She hates when I do that.
You're so full of shit.
I am. I am full of shit.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Get to check out. Put in promo code Vinnie, VINNIE, and you'll get 10% off every time. If you spend more than $140 minus the 10% discount, that's $14 savings. You'll get free shipping, which is like another $14, right?
Let me see what they have going on here.
So Villa Capelli olive oil, let them know we sent you.
I got to say, if it's sold out, which the oil looks like it might be sold out, I'm going to message Steven right now and see if, well, it's too late there. And let's say you want the 3-liter tin. Click on the 3-liter tin, put your email address in, because as soon as he marks the product back in stock, you get an email.
You get it first. Yeah.
You get the opportunity to order it first, but you have to act on that email. But you have to put your email in.
I'm hoping he's not out, because I'm down to those 3 or 4 little ones that you gave me at the bookstore. I just ran out of my can where I had to cut the top of the can off.
Well, that's the Zimmer trick. That's the Bob Zimmer trick. Cut the top of the can off.
And get every drop out. Now I'm down to those 4 little bottles you gave me at the bookstore.
Let me write
Villa Capelli, promo code Vinnie, VINNIE.
Hold on.
Yeah, go on. Dead air. That's what people love.
I'm trying to record.
Go on.
Oh, wait, hold on. I got it. Hi there, exclamation point. Can you let me know when the oil will be back for sale on the site? Question mark.
All right. So Anna, we probably have time for one little story.
Okay. So, yeah. So I want to ask about the leggings. Did you get that text? The leggings that have she sent me 2 links.
No,
My friend Diane.
Oh, by the way, should we check my, I'll tell you where I am on my diet. I'm
at 42 minutes is what you said.
I'm at 22 minutes this month.
Amazing.
This week. Yeah, I'm doing 22 minutes a day.
Wow.
And that's with checking stuff like this. Okay, women's resistance legging with pocket.
Okay. Yep. Hold on. Let me find Diane's, because then she sent another one that has something else in it. And I was like, this can't, because resistance bands to me are something you have to put outside so that you are moving your leg against something. If you're wearing leggings that have resistance bands in them, you would have to be marching really strongly to feel anything, right? Because you're not.
Yeah. This is one of those marketing things.
Right.
Sweat. It's actually called Sweet Flex, not Sweat Flex. Sweet Flex.
Sweet Flex.
Yeah. Let me look it up.
Oh, and this one seems even more bullshit. Lymphatic massage compression leggings. But maybe some people need compression for they're flying or something.
Yeah.
They don't want to get a deep vein thrombosis.
All right, let's see. Leggings with resistance bands.
And I couldn't tell.
I can see it a lot better here on the website, Anna.
But how would it even work? Because it looks like they're running down the length of your leg. I always associate the resistance bands with putting it you're putting it around your knees and maybe doing some squats, or you're doing leg lifts with the you know what I mean? Those kind of bands.
Right. It seems like.
How would it even?
All right. Let me tell you.
$100.
Let me tell you why.
Bands for cheaper.
Let me explain why this is bullshit.
Okay.
Whenever, they make these, these guys who, and I know you're not going to know what I'm talking about. These guys who bench press now 1,000 pounds and all this kind of stuff. They're wearing a really tight, the stuff is made out of Cardura, right? Mm-hmm. The stuff doesn't give, right? So, and it takes 2 or 3 strong men to get it on their arms and across their chest. It literally stops your arms from coming down, right? So now you have that helping your resistance on the way down. So all they have to do is push through it, right?
Right.
So it's a bullshit thing, right? So it's not your full strength. I'm looking at the site. I'm looking at these bands. The way it is, as you squat down, because they have it, those little, those things, the little bodysuits you see on the Olympians.
Yeah. Those
things help you stop at the bottom, right? It's called a powerlifting suit. So when you get out, it helps you stop. You're sitting on a bench, right? It doesn't stop you all the way, but it gives you, as a matter of fact, in the Olympics and they have a certain level of uniform that they can use.
Right.
Right. And the ones where, just the open class, they can use, what they call 3-ply or 4-ply or 10-ply or whatever, where it's they got Goodyear tires wrapped around them, holding them. If this did anything for you, I was just looking at the tights. If you bend down, this is helping you come back up. So it's not causing the resistance. It's a bullshit. As a matter of fact.
So it's even worse. It's almost like having, boning in your.
Yeah. If it's doing anything at all, it's actually helping you not exercise. Right? It's kind of like when we put a weightlifting belt on around our waist to make our midsection firmer and harder so that we can lift more. That's all that belt does. Right?
I just don't understand how this would even work. You would have to be lifting your leg constantly. You wouldn't feel resistance to walking, would you?
No, you wouldn't. I mean, this is, folks, don't buy into it. Besides, it looks silly.
And also, well, I can't even see the bands in the black color, but I guess my question is, it says there's reviews, but then why is there no video of somebody using it? There's just pictures of the cute little girl and her.
Of course, there's nothing but cute girls.
It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, Sweet Flex leggings. I'm calling just on a cursory look. I don't have to go any further than a cursory look. This is a bullshit product.
All right. Done.
Yeah. Although the girl walking down the stairs, if you want my number, get in touch with Chris. Oh, wait, I'm married now. Damn
She
it.
doesn't want your number.
Foiled again. You know what's so funny when you're my age? Well, this other girl looks kind of hot here. You see, now you got me looking at hot chicks.
Walking down the stairs.
Yeah, you got to go to the website. She's in the orange tights. That's my
You
look
must have
right.
clicked on a different page.
I'm
That's not on the page I sent you.
I am on sweetflex.com.
On their full flex plus pockets, high rise front and booty resistance leggings. No,
Yes.
you're on a different page.
I don't think I am. I'm on the page I'm going to stay on all night. Oh, look, they got the bras you can get. You can get the thing to go underneath your skirt. They got all kinds of stuff.
The orange that's you went to the main page.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, high rise resistance. Oh, yeah, you can see the resistance bands on the orange ones.
Yeah. That's what I was
run down the front of it.
I was trying to find one light enough so you can see it. And on the black, they got the girl out, she's by the water. You can see it on hers too. I don't get how this works.
I don't get it either.
Trust me, folks.
But listen, this is my friend Diane. She said, find out from Vinnie, is this bullshit or not? And I said I would, and it's bullshit. And now we know.
Tell her to find any color or whatever she likes. If she want, because all women, Serena wears these things. She goes to
we all wear them. I'm wearing them right now, but not we don't have the.
Yeah. Every woman wears these things. They go to the class, the whole thing, the yoga pants.
Wear them they're my uniform.
Yeah, exactly.
Happy Kitchen work uniform.
Yeah. Yeah. So enjoying.
Right, we did it. Now we know.
Yeah, now you know. And now I got to go do myself another podcast with Chris for Wednesday. So
do it.
Folks.
Work on those workouts.
Anna Vocino has, I talked about the BOGO 25 at the beginning of the show. Don't miss that. And how much longer is that going to go on?
We have a couple more weeks. It's going to go on. Don't miss it.
Don't wait. Yeah, people always go, oh, yeah, they just heard a couple more weeks. Oh, yeah, I could get late. Get it now.
Well, here's the thing. We are launching our new spice tins in a couple months. So once this sells out, if it sells out on the promo, it sells out. But we're not doing another sale for the rest of the year.
And people, you know how many VIPs are calling and asking about this cap? I want a cap. No, we're done with caps. I told you to get your cap.
Yep.
Right? I can't have Debbie do
the investment thing. I got so many emails of people who were upset that they couldn't invest. I was like, well, it was 4 months long.
Yeah, we gave you nothing but opportunities.
I hear you, but it's done.
So at any rate, and she's got the gravy over there. My favorite is the arrabbiata. I was telling my buddy Adam Carolla, we were having a private conversation, and he goes, "Hey, you your wife makes that fresh, man." No. Anna, she
does make it, but she doesn't have to anymore.
Yeah, he goes, yeah, I know Anna. We like Anna around here. I think he even says we got to get Anna on the show. I was like, yeah. I used the crema. I used the arrabbiata, and I said they're my favorites. But the marinara reminds me of my great grandmother's recipe.
Yeah,
they're just amazing. Go check out Eat Happy.
And by the way, we just changed we're finally able to just charge $5 flat shipping on the sauce. So pays to order more, obviously, but the lowest we could charge before was $7, and that hurt.
It's crazy.
Now it's $5 flat shipping.
I get it. It's crazy. Yeah. Over at purevitaminclub.com, everything is in stock, and I'm keeping it that way. There's been a little glitch here and there with the ultra fat, but I'm making a lot of changes over there.
Yeah.
So just like the promises I made with Pure Vitamin Club, now I got my scope is set right on getting ultra fat to the same level.
Is ultra fat sold out right now, or we
have it. We have it.
Great, amazing.
We're close to sold out all the time, but we're staying right ahead. I'm looking at different co-packers and different situations to make this never a problem again. So go check out. Oh, and the coffee. We've never sold more coffee ever. Just because I started mentioning it on the podcast again.
Good. Yeah. People should get that double French, you guys. Do not walk. You run to purecoffeeclub.com and get that double French.
I'm drinking the house right now, and the double French is right next to it. It's just off camera. You can't see it.
I haven't had the house. I need to order the house. I become a creature of habit. You know me.
You know, as you know, the number one selling one that we sell is the Athletic. People love the Athletic.
Because they like to be juiced up, bro.
Yeah, so we sell a lot of that. The honey process we can't keep in stock, but we do. We're never out of any of the coffees. People love my purecoffeeclub.com thing. Go check it out. We started doing the Explorer again, where every 6 or so weeks we're going to have a different small batch. I love coffee. I love what I do with coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting ready to go hit myself up with an espresso right now before my next show. So go check all of that out. Rate and review this podcast. Rate it and review it. I'm not just saying that, folks. Go right now before you forget. Okay. Let's see. Do I have music here? Yeah, I'm going to play this.
Kenneth.
I was going to play this at the beginning of the show, and then Anna said something, so I went with REM. But we're going to play this at the end of the show. So on behalf of Anna Vocino, my name is Vinnie Tortorich. Put life into living and do it with Ozzy Osbourne.